Good morning. Right. Well, I'm kind of wondering, sitting here, just wondering, will the markets move today? Or are we waiting for the next debate tonight? Probably not. Trump tweet, news for whatever's going on there at the G20 meeting with the president of China. He say Saturday, so is the market just going to be in a sideways consolidation until some news item or by next week? Anyway, just looking at the charts, retested resistance, the same as what we've been talking about the last couple of days, and prices pulled back a little bit. It was anticipated. At the first level of support, so far it's holding. And when earlier in the week we talked about these two levels, and if it breaks here, we're looking for it to come down there. It's exactly what it did. And now we've got a little blip to the downside under there, and it's sprung back up again. So at least a clue that buyers are interested here to buy the dip. And so now I'm not so sure, as no one can be, ultimately, as to whether this little trading action down here is going to open up the door. It would retest this level. What was support becomes resistance. It's not that far away. So similar to yesterday, the distance to the next reference point isn't that far away. So I actually would prefer, just based on the opportunity to a bigger move, for prices to break lower to this next level down here, which still wouldn't violate anything of significance on the daily time frame, and set up a better buying opportunity for a larger move to the upside. Now, of course, that's going to create a red bar on the weekly time frame, and coming down to that level, that is going to raise some concerns about, of course, a deeper move when the retest over here. So from a longer term point of view, unless there's some significant news that comes out that really gets this market, guys, give me a second here. We're going to have more of a trading range scenario, and choppy price action is going to go on for a while. So day trades, credit spreads with the appropriate patterns. So just looking at this, if we do get that pullback, markets are going to consolidate these gains that they made over the last 3 weeks and for the month of July to get all the way back up to the highs. So, as we say, it is what it is, accept what it is until we get some event to suggest otherwise. Otherwise, you're going to be banging your head against the wall, trying to, fight this, what's the market is just doing here, which is normal for right now. So ideally, I'd like to see this, come down here. It's going to have an opportunity to short, whether you short the spiders or the ES, or any other ETF of your choosing, or an inverse one that'll go up when the markets go down, because it's just got a larger distance for a short-term trade. If it pushes up to the upside here, I think that's limited unless some big news item comes out to really, push prices. So that's where we're at as I see it. Qs, similar story. They came up to the range here, so sellers up here probably have to chop around for a while, and if it comes down here, then does it hold? So we're just in a chop mode right now, and we'll look for stocks that are on their own page, but we look to the markets, to what they're doing, what they're potentially doing, because they're what moves the majority of stocks. Now, yeah, there'll be sectors or stocks that are doing their own thing. We look for them in the scans, but the majority of stocks are going to have a movement alongside some way, have an effect by what the broader markets do. Dow actually down a little bit here, I guess on the Boeing news that was flipping around, went down, and a little bit of a tell yesterday where it was at the top of the day's range, and just as where we were considering to do a put spread on it, that it was, looking, well, I'll just show you here what it had looked like. And this was up at the top of the range here, closing at the top, and then all of a sudden it just dropped as we were talking about doing it, and it was like something just happened there. So now it's more news coming out. Anyway, so Dow a little bit weaker, and we always monitor these different futures contracts to see which ones are showing relative strength or weakness. Sometimes one leads the other. So this one a little bit weaker. We'll see if it springs back up here, but the same situation, on the weekly time frame, up against resistance, and it's just, consolidating the gain for now. Yeah. Bonds just whipping back and forth here over the last week or so. They hit that resistance level, down, up, just waiting for some news, something to suggest, bonds may continue higher, interest rates lower, back to the Fed, so on and so forth. News, lots of news, has been coming today, hasn't done anything to really move the markets. So, conclusions come to the same point of not much happening here other than congestion and consolidation. Oil pushed up a little further yesterday, backed off. It's consolidating here after a nice 100% move from a W bottom, just chopping around here a little bit. Makes sense that it's going to stall here, topping tail so far, just going nowhere today. And, we just set alerts above and below and see which way it might go. The oil ETFs, we looked at yesterday. XLE wasn't the best looking one. Where are you, XLE? Anyway, we'll just type it in there. It's coming off of the low, up against some resistance. XOP, a little underperformer, but had more room to go up. And OIH, I'm kind of trying to play catch up as well. So if oil starts coming in, I guess these probably going to jiggle around a little bit since they're always lagging. Oil pulling back. Dan will mention this. I think he got a call spread on GLD yesterday. That's working out. And semiconductors were the big news with MU. So an improvement with the gap up. They held the gap up yesterday. They didn't make much headway, so which kind of stopped the markets from doing anything, but sector to keep an eye on to see, do they actually hold on to this gain, because some of them just look great, like Clack, AMAT, kind of, that one's got a lot of gaps, but improving. Xilinx, so you see these bottoming type of patterns that look like they can push higher. And if they do, that should, be a positive for the NASDAQ to go up. Apple kind of just flip-flopping around here, but looks like it can go up. So, when we looked at a lot of things in the room yesterday, we're finding stuff that, hey, this looks like it can do really well if it can get above the most recent highs. And there were other things that were 1, 2, 3 continuation patterns to the downside. So some mixed messages, markets that are chopping around. This is what we're dealing with right now. And, just take it for what it is, put on positions, maybe starting them with smaller size. And if they're working out, add to them. But, we're just dealing with some choppy situation, news going around, which will probably increase with, the outcome of this meeting into the weekend and next week. And we just may have another day or two of sitting on our hands for the most part, but we'll see. You know, Dan will go over what's moving down here, and we'll see what unfolds throughout the trading day. So that's it from me. All yours, Dan.
All right, good morning. Well, when you say sitting on your hands, we find stuff every day. We got tons of opens. And I think we do a great job of finding the best of the best. Yeah, CAG's in my gapper list, earnings. Yeah, we'll hit them all. Let me get through the opens first. Weekly options trader, GLD, as Greg mentioned, call spread over yesterday, over what's today, Thursday, so Tuesday's high. SMH, yep, we nailed a couple of these yesterday. SMH, look at it gapping up pre-market. Right there at the highs, looks great. We did NVIDIA put spread. Facebook, we have a call spread with a tightened stop. So that's fine. Even with the gap up today, it's nowhere. We're still got plenty of open profit on that. And same with Google. I've lowered the stop. Finally, Lyft. We have a put spread. It's gapping up. You know, it's kind of on probation yesterday with the close, but if it can now take out yesterday's high, I'm going to be adding to directionals and income trades. Swinging options trader, Clack, put spread, looks great. MYL, we bought stock, little bottoming pattern. Pepsi, you know, we gave it a big stop here and we legged into a bull call diagonal. So we're long, we're actually covered a bull call debit spread. So we're long and in the money call and short and out of the money call. OAS, a little oil stock, we're long this, and also Halliburton, bottoming patterns. TUFN, put spread, RPD, covered call with a big stop, half lot. Lima Hotel, put spread. Funko, half lot, long stock. AON, this one stopped out yesterday. I gotta update the trade sheets. Honeywell, bull call debit spread, and it's not looking good. He's on probation. Eli, long stock as a core trade. And we have the two lifts in here. We have a long stock and, I'm sorry, we have a covered call and a put spread. And finally, Kim. Hey, good morning. Kim, we have this as a long-term trade. That's getting close to the stop. That stopped out at the dead low yesterday. The stop was 1810. Yeah, yesterday it was a little tougher on our directional trades. Let me close this out. Now let's look at gappers. Yeah, I thought I closed out AON yesterday. But we had a tightened stop on it. All right, here we go, gappers. QFin, 10 bucks, which is almost 10%, but it's damaged. That's from a bearish 1, 2, 3. ZGNX, That is a beautiful pre-market right there. Wide range igniting, 50% pullback. Now you just need a reversal bar, and that's tradable. That's a big gap though, 46 and change. JWN 3170. All right, so this is a nice one. If it takes out, 5, 10, 15-minute low, the bearish, it's a consolidation in a downtrend. That's what this daily is. AAOI 1093, gapping up way up here. But this is a big W bottom, right? So that's a beautiful put spread candidate too, is a bottoming stock, big double bottom. Yeah, trader, we're out. That's what I said. Yeah, 192.58 or whatever. I just closed it out. RMR 4174, gapping down. That's a nasty downtrend. WRE. I can't tell where you're gapping. I see no pattern. It's bearish on all time frames. WOR 36 bucks. That's a bearish gap. Let's see how it sets up. FUL, and these don't have volume, so I'm not confident of where they're opening, but if it is opening at 42.12, that's a nasty gap. Sell setup on the weekly. Trader, yes, I already posted it, and you still aren't looking at your telegrams. I already posted it in here, but let me do it again. Maybe you were getting coffee. MKC 149. It's a big old mess, but that's a call spread candidate on a bounce. Pier 1, 7 bucks. This thing's in trouble on all time frames. Miller Herman 42.50. That's a huge bullish gap, but it's too excessive for me. Pidco 22 bucks. Wow. Look at all these people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. 11 days of buyers now waking up to a loser. That has to hurt. GMS 18 bucks. It's bearish. You can watch that. 5, 10, 15, 30-minute low. CAG, that's a very bearish gap here, but under these two big green bars, that's some pain. Let's see how it sets up. APOG 42.50. I don't like the way that trades. Look at these bars. That's so unpredictable. I'm just deleting you. KBH 20 gap and resistance. And that's it. These are just some leftovers now. CSX is a day trade bear 1, 2, 3. Same with Target. Under yesterday's low, day trade short. WBA, Greg mentioned reverse head and shoulders here. I think it had earnings. So that's a nice one. Oh, I have it right here in the middle. This middle screen. So that, yeah, I like WBA. And I like JWN. This one, it's bearish on the daily and weekly, but the way these bars come down fluid like this, if we get a reversal bar, it's a short-term put spread candidate. FedEx, I just posted for McGraw, 365, very bearish gap. This is now a call spread candidate. Plant, I'm wanting to short this on a bounce. Look at this double top on the weekly, a Climo on the monthly. I mean, if you had this as a long-term trade, you should take your money. Greg's mentioned old Chewy yesterday. We'll watch that. Crowd hasn't reversed. Beyond, he's up to his old volatile tricks. Intel. Oh, Intel. What? Did I not post that? Maybe I didn't post Intel on the spreadsheet because I gave it right before. Oh no, it's up there. It was just hidden. Yeah, so we're long Intel. And if it's gonna roll here, I'll leg into a covered call. I don't care. CVS, 54 bucks. Total mess. Got no interest in that at all. All right, Facebook. Let's see, my current stop I think is 190.50. 190.52, yep. We'll adjust them, but they're fine. And Google was 1096 and change. So yeah, we're fine on both of those. Some asked me about PayX short. Why we missed it?
Not why we missed it, Dan. He had it on his interest list, and he asked me about the setup and what he could have maybe should have done. So I gave him a video response. So
Okay,
that's why I said it wasn't such an easy thing to get off.
Yeah, I try not to be a Monday morning quarterback, but here, let's look at it right now.
The video?
When we can, sure. But no, I was trying to look at this to say, okay, well, here's my lower high. Here's my bearish close. There's my inside bar, small gap down. So that would have been your no-brainer entry right there.
He was looking at it as an intraday play.
All right. Yeah, let's watch it right now. I'm done. We got 4 minutes. You all can mute me and watch it yourself.
Easier to make a video on this.
Oh, your volume's horrible.
So, obviously, like what it did, but I can't really tell you that I would have it.
Well, people could watch it themselves, Dan. Let's get ready for the market open here.
Gaps down. Did clear.
No, I said I'm done. So. Trader, yeah, nothing wrong with that. I was tempted to take half, but with the weak close and the market looked weak. But, that's how we manage. Try to get half and tighten stop. All right, spiders here, just bobbling around pre-market. Apple holding fairly well over yesterday's high, provided the market's in a bullish mood. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Netflix, nope. Tesla, you heard me say yesterday, this could be tradable up or down. You got it on the weekly, you got a sell setup, topping tail, lower high, red bar. If it closes the week like this, it's a short under, the week's low, under this green, under this green bar. Minute to go. I see Boeing trying to pop here pre-market. I know we don't talk politics in here, but I watched like 15 minutes of the debates last night, and I just turned it off. I just had no interest. I was not excited about anyone on that stage.
Getting ready to go and take care of the things.
WBA, this is a beautiful gap setup and a beautiful pre-market 5-minute high. I like this one. I like it. And let's look at puts too, even though I know they're going to be very spready. This is a beautiful weekly. It's, you know, I just can't buy 30 seconds or 10 seconds after the market, but here, I'm going to give it to our subscribers as a watch right now, and I'll give them the actual entry, but that's the best looking gap setup I've seen today. So that's what I just put them on notice. You are on notice, McGraw. All right, we'll tighten, like I said, we'll tighten stops on these after a few minutes. Facebook, Google. FedEx is a go as posted. Our clack looking great. That gave a beautiful afternoon breakout for a directional. Look at that. Um, 52.35. All right, let's do 5-minute high WBA. Stop right at this little pivot, closing pivot. So 52.35. But I'm going to give it as a long, but I set a put spread also. We got to go through our checklist. All right, let's do it. Let's just buy it. Shoot, I was typing it and it's running, darn it. Told you that was my nicest setup today. Gapper. Netflix pop, Facebook coming in, so those are fine. Let me check a put spread now. Yeah, they're still spreading. 53 is for next week, 35 by 51. And there's no juice for, well, 53s tomorrow, 16 by 23. All right, I'll just leave it as a directional. All right, so see our Facebook is fine. The tail is not real, obviously, because look at the intraday. But my stop is 190.52, so I'll just leave it. I'll still lock in a profit. Your Chewy. I don't. There's a topping tail though on the Qs and Qs and spiders. Apple busting a move. Things are not in alignment right here. So we have to do our normal thing of looking for the best of the best. All right, so Greg, unfortunately, we'd have to go 22 days out. But a $5 wide put spread on Chewy, 30.25 is 85 cents. That's pretty juicy. Stop all-time lows.
If you're asking if my crystal ball says that's okay, I have no idea. I have no idea. Put on the trade and manage it. Who does it better than you?
Thanks. But you know what I'm asking in terms of, we say the weight of the evidence and it's high probability and it makes sense, as opposed to when people ask me things, I'm like, I'm not crazy about it.
There isn't a lot of evidence here, but you can see, because it's a new issue. So, it's held for a few days and, 60 minutes got a bottom.
Remember our Lima Kilo? That was a beautiful 1, 2, 3, and that's all the evidence we had. What a beautiful run that was. Wow. And we took it. We had 2 trades. We had a put spread and a directional. Yeah, Boeing. Let me see if we can get a call spread now on this thing for next week, the 379s. Yeah, IWM actually is relative strength today because it's been the most beat up. And I see KRE, the regional banks going. Semis busted a move to a new high. SMH, our put spread there is going great.
Hey, does anybody use Schwab in the room for credit spreads? I'm asking because subscriber asked me about that. He said that they don't have contingent orders, and I thought that was seemed to me unusual. Maybe he just didn't know how to do it. I don't know.
Well, we also got an email that Tasty Trade or Tasty Works, whatever they're called.
Doe.
Well, no, Doe's not a platform, and that's an old name. The subscribers said Tasty doesn't have contingents orders.
Well, That seems tasty. Oh, he's separate than toss now.
Correct. It's the broker-dealer arm.
Okay, I think that's kind of odd, but okay. I sold Facebook $2 gain. It doesn't mean it's not going to go up, but $2 gain in a few minutes. And it's up against a little resistance here if you look at your 15-minute chart. So,
Hey, Tyler, do me a favor and change your drop down to everybody. All right, so Boeing, we could do a 380, 385. That's a nasty gap. But, it's subject to more news.
market's just flip-flopping around. More of the same. 5-minute bar up, 5-minute bar down.
Yeah, Tyler, they can set alerts, but the problem is when you're off at work or the gym or the golf course,
You're reacting fast enough.
and you want the computer to do it for you as your assistant. All right, this Boeing. There's the Boeing. Yeah, thanks, Kenneth. You know, it just befuddles my mind that they have so much talent and they just don't want to look at charts. But, they're into statistics. And when I tell them or show them, hey, we're 28 for 30, that's statistically impossible. So why do they keep saying reading charts is a 50-50 proposition? Oh, well, everyone has their own method. All right, Facebook. I mean, just think about it. If you were to buy a call option on Facebook tomorrow, you'd given you the right to buy it at 195 bucks. What do you think that would be worth? Well, I'll answer it for you right now. You go to the option market and it says 17 cents. And that's what we sold. So see, even with the gap up, it closed yesterday at 28 cents. So even with the gap up against us, we still made 50% more max profit. Do you hear that, Trader McGraw? And so that's why, you got to make a decision of, is it worthy of trying to squeeze out more juice based on the charts? So there's our adjustment. Now let's see how Google's doing. He's weaker, downtrend. So I'll give him a little more room. How about over this little tail right here? 1094-ish. All right, that's 15 cents. So same deal here. Google gap up, and we're still, I said bid a dime, so we're pretty darn near on that one. Wow, Clack is still on fire. Let's take a look at Apple. Maybe put spread for tomorrow. Apple looks great. An aggressive would be 199, or give it a little more room, 198. Transports here rocking, regional banks and regular banks. I'm just glancing at my 15-minute ETFs. Apple, you would have to do the 197.50s, which are only 34 cents for tomorrow. Yep, FedEx. Yep, that's beautiful reversal. Very nice, very nice. Hey, Bassam, if you can drop your all panelists and attendees. He's asking me, is AXP good for put spread? If it were tomorrow, yes, but I don't like, it kind of came in hard. It looks more like a day trade kind of setup for me. I'm not sure if I would go to next week on it. Not bad, you know, give me some more banking ideas. XLF, say now, look, I like the bottoming tail here 2 days ago was a new low. So now this is major support right now. So yes, let's go hunting for banks. KRE is a mess, so focus on the big banks. I think JP Morgan, a total mess. Goldman is better. This wouldn't be bad. Put spread under this bottoming tail bar. WFC is a mess. Yeah, let me just go through the rest of our alerts here, and then we'll go scanning for banks. All right, our GLD looking fine. OAS, HAL, oils are fine. Tough end fine. RPD, we have a covered call. Lima Hotel is holding. Funko holding. Honeywell, at least we got a little gap up there. Eli's not looking so hot. Our stop is 17.15. It's not, I don't like this retracement at all, but we've share sized it for that big stop, so let's just let it play out. And lift still looks good. I mean, it has to break out. Intel, Clack. Let's see what our midpoint is on Clack now. Let's move the stop of this little guy. Mylan acting well. All right, those are SCS. Looks like it went from short to long. Yeah, 15 minutes in a strong uptrend. Market's breaking out here. Semis. Oh, semis. We should have done a directional on that now. Our NVIDIA looking good.
NVIDIA, big laggard compared to the others.
Yeah, that's why we just did a put spread as well.
Uber getting some attention. Still nothing on the daily, but pretty steady buying. Set an alert at the top of the range.
All right, what do you say? Who the heck is Hubert? Micron, beautiful 15-minute chart. I like the morning bottoming tail. There's a day trade for you. Semis stay strong. Greg, who is Hubert? You said set an alarm.
Uber.
Uber. Yeah, maybe they'll bring lift up. Let's see what a It's strange. There's so much more juice and lift. This looks great over yesterday's high. All right, let's look at some banks now. Debbie, all right, let's take a look at your list here. ANTM. UNH stopped us out yesterday, that dirty dog. Wow, Mo got ugly. Remember when I hit the eject button early on that yesterday? Wow. Yeah, they might bounce, but the patterns are destroyed. All right, financials here. Well, 68 of them in XLF. Ooh, that's travelers. Wow. Remember we were trading insurance stocks? That got ugly. Same with AON, stopped us out. HIG, wow. That's a bearish SYNF we were in for a couple times. What? See, here's another example. XLF is supposed to be, you know, financials, but this XLF is so broad. Look, these were a bunch of insurance companies. So you're taking, you know, the big ship is still rallying today and it's on major support, even with all these ugly insurance companies dragging them down. So with that in mind, we should easily be able to find some nice banks, in my opinion. Sloppy, but maybe put spread, SYF. Met is the best looking insurance company I've seen so far. Now this makes no sense to me. Berkshire, remember one of you liked that yesterday? Jeffries put spread if there's any juice. But it's surprising to me that XLF ripped on the 15-minute chart, and I'm finding there's a big old beautiful double bottom. That's beautiful. Rounded bottom, higher low. Let me, I'm checking a put spread for darn sure on this one. And it looks like a directional too on a pullback. You may not get a pullback. And that's the best looking thing I've seen in the financials here. Now I already looked at JP Morgan. It's ugly. Goldman was better. All right, so 85. They're spready. The 85 nakeds are 55 by 75. I wouldn't mind that naked and then just stop under the base. Nice, you know, really not crazy about 22 days, but that's your trade. All right, I've gone through all those. Greg, how do you explain that? That XLF had a nice morning rally, and I can't find anything in the sector that I like.
Well, stocks don't always look the same as the sector.
I'm
Sort of 5% gain on the day and see what's doing the best.
Well, I've already hit them all and didn't like any of them, so that's not going to change my mind. Oh well. MCO maybe put spread. And Tilray, I see perking his head a little bit. Always look at the sector. Michael Jackson, got no interest. The shop would be a put spread for tomorrow. because that's actually a bearish 1, 2, 3, but it's a wide range bar after 4 down days on support and stabilization. And it's a beautiful higher low on the hourly. So I would do shop for tomorrow. Let's take a look. The 282 is only 30 cents. The 285's only 40 cents. That's the problem. Work put spread? Can you tell me what the pattern is? Right, isn't that step 1? No, that bottom at 34 is not a pattern. Give me the pattern, and then we'll go from there.
You had a put spread under 34. That would make sense on a short amount of time. And it's just a V bottom. There's that much juice that far away.
All right, give me a second. Updating. Okay. Work. All right, so there's a zero pattern. Yeah, it's just a bounce on a red bar. So the answer to the pattern to me is all right one. But it did break out on the hourly. I mean, the pattern's not enticing whatsoever, but let's see if there's enough juice to entice that you. So the 35.30. Yeah, I mean, they're very juicy, that's for darn sure. But I think I mean, if you want to do it like a third lot and, see what happens and leg into it more, I would like it a whole lot better if it came in on the hourly and gave me a bullish hourly setup. But you also better make sure about earnings. I know it's an IPO, but we have seen stranger things. All right, Intel is rolling a little bit. Let's sell the 48.50s for next week to leg into a covered call. I see Honeywell is stopping us out. That was, it was such a beautiful setup. Daily, weekly, monthly, all-time highs. Look at that. There's a 1, 2, 3. It was a beautiful setup. It's disappointing. At least we legged into that spread on it. Took in $1. That helped lower the pain. Trader, give me some ideas. What do you like? Diamond's at the low here. I guess, you know, Boeing's not helping, but I am not pushing things right now. Look at your Chewy. McGraw, that's a put spread candidate. $30.25, 75 cents. I think it's worth a shot. Let's do it. The angle, work angle may be too steep. You mean steep going down or steep going up? Yeah, I kind of like Chewy better for put spread also, just because of the, 3 bars at the low, better breakout on the hourly. Yeah, that's what I'm answering now. It's just, I like the bottom here better. I did miss your statement on Xilinx. It looks great. I mean, direct, it's a great day trade. You got all this resistance over here. You got some transfer of supply and you got a strong sector, but a no-brainer put spread and day trade. Why not XSW? It came down very hard. It's a short-term trade. So once again, day trade, if you did swing it, maybe only look for 50% retracement and a put spread also. But that was a bullish, look, see this bar right here? That was very bullish and it gapped up to resistance and it negated that bullish green bar and went 100% retracement. Sold my Xilinx calls yesterday. So why would you sell your Xilinx calls? It looks great. I think you sold them too cheaply. Hey, our lift. Lift is percolating. Let me check the calls that expire tomorrow. Meaning our covered call. I want to see if, you know what, they're so juicy still for tomorrow. I hate to give them up. I mean, can you believe they're 75 by 85 cents right now? But let's add some trades for next week. for next week, let's sell the 62. 62.59 is 50 cents. Wow, I'm doing that. All right, Phil. Yeah, I just got filled. Yeah, don't chase it. But I did two different sets. I did that one that I just told you, but I also did some for next week. Let's see, what did I do? I did the 60.5s naked also for 40 cents. All right, this is the one I did. You know, I'm going to give this to both letters. Why not? There, Funko is acting better. Boom. Yeah, it's kind of neutral now. I got a doji bar, but you know, so I don't know. You might want to hold off. Mix. You know, I'm not going to even look at the hourly trader because look at the daily. Why would you want to mess with this? That is a big, ugly mess. Yeah, but I can tell that with all those overlapping bars, the hourly is going to be a mess too. Wow, there's a big old bar. Here's a bear 1, 2, 3 AAP. That's going on my list. AAP. All right, let me look at it on my other chart. Mitch. That's a mess. Yeah, let's just rally back to resistance. Akamai, it's building a nice little base. You got converging MAs. You got that red bar ignored. It's a possible put spread candidate. There's a breakout of Brookshire we talked about yesterday. This is bullish consolidation over time, but it's a bio. Wow, it's a beast, CBI. Finish looks higher than TRA. All right, I think that's it for the morning. It looks like 10:45 here. They tried breaking out and stalled. So let's chill. Intel coming in. Glad we legged into a condor. Clack pulling in, but that's a put spread. Not getting aggressive. We're still in Google and Facebook call spreads. I think it's time to go on your bike ride early. So I'm surely not doing anything else right now. I'm gonna go take out the garbage. All right, I'm here doing nothing. Oh, I can scan for a few minutes. There's put spread candidate, therapeutics though. Ooh, look at that thing. Hey, McGraw. Look at that beautiful weekly. Now, if this came down more fluid on the weekly, I would give this as a core trade right now. That is a beautiful daily and weekly. It's just, you know, this is a big old speed bump and that's a nasty gap. AKRX Healthcare. You better make sure it's not a bio with the way it gapped like that. Look at this rocket ship. Therapeutics again. Therapeutics. Wow, there's a couple bios perking today. Hey, maybe that's why SMHs are doing well too. Bios and KRE banks. Fizzler. That's put spread candidate, McGraw. That's a beautiful wide range igniting. Let's see how the 61s look for next week. Yeah, I'm checking too. Because he typically he's juicy, but a little on the spready side. 61s. Yeah, see 25 by 31. Not as juicy as I hoped. I was hoping to get closer to 1%. But if we can get a 1, 2, 3 for Monday, then that's a directional. Said no, I don't like that one as much. I like the wide range bar for consolidation. Let's put spread right there, KRNT. See how it's just a mess? But it's a mess with all this beautiful support right there. Check it out, KRNT under the base. Here's them breaking out, STAA. Hey, what kind of pattern is this on the daily? Anyone? I'll give you a hint. Recent MT live. You got it. Look at that. Shoulder, head, quick retracement, consolidation. Absolutely. So, I mean, price void, that could be a directional and a put spread. So I'll watch it for directional into the close, put spread. The 11 earnings, 8.7. Hey, the $11, we could do. Hey, I think I got us a trade here, McGraw. The 11.9. Well, 11's a little tight. But the 11.9 for July is 25 cents, so it meets my 10% rule. You know, you do like a 20 lot, that's $500. That ain't bad. Well, Tyler, if you look at the juice relative to the price of the stock, it's actually not bad. And if you don't care about commissions, you could sell the $10 ones for a dime and sell 50 of them. And there's your $500. There's a little buy setup and an uptrend. Look at that. AYX, that's a beautiful pattern. You know, held this little support just from these overlapping bars right there. Nice breakout on Maxim. There's a nice bottom. No, Farmers Therapeutics, never mind. The old Shake Shack could be a put spread if you can get something for the 65s. There's put spread, Ballard, BLDR, another material stock. You asked me about which one. I'm already 12 trades ahead. No, Pat, I never control that. I hope I behaved. That's Greg's department, but he should tell me. He should tell me when he does that so I can be on my best behavior. Deep retracement, but that could be a tradable swing trade right there. Nice bottoming tail, uptrend, rising 20.